It's never too late to start learning to prepare yourself for a very rewarding career, from learning the simplest of tasks to some of the most intense life-saving skills. But that's exactly what a career with the Newport News Fire Department is all about, especially when you understand all the training that goes on behind the scenes, as a brand new recruit class has been very busy, hitting the books and gaining some very important hands-on training at Station Number 5, the Regional Fire Training Academy in the Lee Hall section of Newport News.
We're here at the Newport News Fire Training Center. We're in the portion of our 16-week fire training academy.
Just like it shows, you get it into the stream and you get an indication how much pressure you have.
We've got a series of lectures that start at the beginning, and then we move into some of the practical applications of the lecture material, which is what you see out here today, a lot of the fire hose training and pump training that they're going through right now for water supplies. Firefighting as a whole, the whole operation, is a multitude of pieces put together at one time. And what we do here at the Fire Academy, we teach you one piece at a time. And then we progress, we'll add one piece to another piece as we go along, and then we add two pieces to another piece, so that when we start doing our firefighting burns to simulate structural fires near the end of the academy, we've got all the pieces that we're putting together at one time for a simulated house fire or structure fire.
I'm retired 26 years from Norfolk, 46 years old. The guys in the academy call me Dad, Pops, Pappy. Back to square one, just a rookie. I mean, you're always learning. You never stop learning in this job. You know, like I said, I've been doing it for 26 years, but there's still stuff for me to learn.
Oh, it's constantly learning. I mean, you know, there's people here that have volunteered before and they've learned a little bit, but they have to learn a little bit more. And we have lieutenants and captains, and I see what kind of training they're doing. And I mean, some people, they learn paramedic skills, they learn firefighter skills, constantly pushing themselves, keep learning, because technology changes and there's always advancements and better ways of doing things. So it's one of those things I'm excited to learn. So as long as you're excited and you realize there's a purpose for what you're doing, you can constantly keep pushing yourself.
This morning we had a lecture on fire stream practices, what the development of fire stream is for, how we develop it, and how it's used. And this afternoon we're out here doing the practical evolutions associated with that lecture portion. They have to learn which nozzles to pick, what size lines they're going to be needing, how much water they're going to need to flow to put the fire out. TRFA trains their individuals to a higher expectation. We have certain parameters that we have to meet. We exceed those parameters. So we know when the graduates go out, whether they be Newport News or other municipalities, they are trained to the highest level we can train them to. And they are ready and fully prepared for the job before them.
You can do anything you put your mind to, no matter how big or how small, and no matter what your limitations. It just takes the ability to accept, encourage, and inspire one and all that anything is possible in the world around you. Well, that's exactly what a very special event at the Patrick Henry Mall was all about, as countless individuals and agencies recently came together to inform and educate others about those living with disabilities.
We're here at Patrick Henry Mall for Disability Awareness Day. I'm just highlighting the services that are provided in the community for persons with disabilities and the programs that we offer from Parks and Recreation. We provide therapeutic before and after school program. We also provide a summer camp, and so we have information about that. We've got some interactive crafts and activities for children and adults to learn what it's like to work with a disability. We have wheelchair basketball team, some wheelers, with the basketball and goals set up down by Dick's.
First of all, as soon as you sit in the chair, the basket looks about 10 feet higher than it normally does standing. So that was the first thing that really caught me off guard. And the second thing was, you know, you couldn't launch up like you normally would with a shot. It's just all arms.
I see it a little differently, but I like to see that, you know, people, one, they're a little apprehensive. I don't like to see that, but I like to see when they get in the wheelchair, and then they're a little doubtful that they could even make it. But after 2 or 3 shots, they get the idea of what effort it's going to take to achieve from that you know, position of sitting down.
I am a reminder that, oh, look at this woman can participate in life just the way we do.
We've got Miss Wheelchair Virginia, who's here highlighting what that program does and talking about what it is to be disabled and to live with a disability in a wheelchair.
kind of to remind people that there's a lot of joy and satisfaction out of making your own decisions, you know, being open to the options that are out there and trying things. Just with a little assistance and a little help, people with disabilities can do just about anything.
Well, I know one thing that we talked about in planning this event is that we don't want to celebrate disabilities on one day. This is something that people with disabilities live with on a daily basis. So we want to remind people that this is a challenge for them every day. And so we want them to be conscious of the services that are out there, to be aware of the parking spaces and things of that nature. So we thank them for coming out, and hopefully they'll pay more attention to what they're doing and get involved in some of the services that need some help in the community.